Hmm. So why are you talking about here's my thing. Why are you one of the men? You talk about men and you're the one who you're speaking about yourself. Y'all, I'm over here. I'm on Instagram. If you guys, I'm only gonna be on Instagram for a short period of time. I'm gonna be on YouTube majority. I'm gonna be on here Instagram probably like 15 minutes and go from there. Okay. So anyway, it's an impromptu live today, y'all. I'm just doing whatever. Hey, Jason, what's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh, I'm hot. No, you don't need to go to my church. Is people giving me questions? Okay, y'all can ask me. How do I open it up for people to ask questions? I haven't been on here in a minute. Are you going to Southwest Convention? No. Mm-mm. Okay. Let me see some other questions. So, guys, if you guys are watching my YouTube, it's Samantha Lee. I'm here today. I'm doing something different. I have not gone live on Instagram in a minute, so I'm going live on Instagram. I'm going live on YouTube, and I'm going to answer your questions live. Okay, so you guys will be able to ask questions. I can't do that on TikTok. I don't know how to anyway. So I'm going to spend a portion of it just getting the questions and getting on a topic. And then I'm going to get off of Instagram and try to add TikTok to it. If I got enough phone battery anyway. What's up, everybody? What's going on, everyone? What's up? What's up? I'm sorry I'm late. I was eating. I ain't gonna lie. I was eating. I was eating. Your girl, I need to eat. Why everybody want to know what church I go to? What makes you think the way that you do? So that's a great question. But we can talk about that. Your definition of wow sound. Okay, are you single? Did you read the Bible today? Yes, I did. Your voice is so soothing. Can you? Okay, so anyway, those proteins you've been producing. How do you feel a man should treat a woman? Um, y'all, I actually had a conversation about this. I really think that men are the lion. I think that I think there's a lot of reasons for why I say this. I believe in um, men pursuing, women presenting. I know Lateras, he brought that up a while ago, and I thought that was a great point. Like, you as a woman present, a man pursues. I believe in a man being a lion about his. I like that. I think it's very attractive. Um, I also think that the way that we have done things in society has kind of ruined that for men. Like, women, you want to post you or say negative things about you, to where men don't feel comfortable pursuing as much anymore because of how women have come about it. Sarai, what are you doing, Mama? Y'all, 1 second. Hold on. What are you doing? Put down the juice, baby. Put down the juice and then get the cup. You're going to spill everything doing that, Mama. You're going to spill everything doing that. Okay? You got to do one thing at a time. You can't do two things at a time. That's enough juice. We don't need too much juice. Where's the top for it? Please put the top on and then do that. Because I gave you apple juice already. Y'all, this is why, anyway. Okay. All right. Where's the top? What are you looking for now? It's not funny, Mama. It's right here. Okay, put the top on the orange juice and put it away. What's the number one thing Mommy's talking about? Mommy don't like a what? No, she don't like. I don't mind laughing. A mess. That's right, a mess. Anyway, what was I saying? Sorry, y'all. I was saying something. Oh, yes. So, I like men pursuing. Back to what I was saying. I like men to like a man who's intentional, a man that is pursues. I do understand why that has died down because of You know, so I think women, when you post them in, you trying to embarrass them for being pursuing or being intentional and try to call them names. I do think that has made more men step back and not do it or put themselves out there. But I think, I still think that's wildly attractive. So I love that lion energy. I love the lion energy. And I think that's the role I feel like men should play in that process. But when it comes to relationship, obviously it's about being a good team. I think we make it harder than what it is, but it's about being a good team. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much already on the live. Thank y'all. So again, that was the question, was like, how do I feel like a man should pursue in a relationship, or how they should go about a relationship. And yeah, I like men that are pursuing. I like men that know what they want, and I like that when they're intentional. Soraya, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're doing that on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Relax. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so last question. How can a man hold a woman accountable for leaving in a marriage? First of all, when it comes to marriages and it comes to relationships, I really, what I dislike is, there's two parts to this. There's two parts to this question that I have to address. Number one, when you talk about marriages and things like that, every relationship takes two. I can't blame one without taking accountability for the other, right? Like, the way the dynamic is, it's not. Yeah, now there might be somebody who may be more at fault than the other, but I don't like it when, especially when I hear people talk about relationships and they'll tell me like it's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. That's a turnoff to me, because in every relationship, no matter who's at fault, like I can go back and say this person did this or this person did that. How did I show up in that relationship? What did I do? What did I say? Because you can't control another person. You can't control what other people do. You can't control what other people say. You can't control how people go about their effort. You can't control nobody but you. So when a relationship ends and all I do is focus on how the other person shows up, I've now put myself in a position where I'm a victim in my own life. I'm the victim in my story. Like, you have to be able, like, in my relationships, I have been done wrong. But I can't look at that, because there's been situations where I've done wrong. Right? It's a two-way street. It doesn't help me grow if I'm always focusing on what somebody else did. I got to focus on how I improve, how I show up better next time. So even the question in that is like, how do you hold a woman accountable? How do you hold you accountable? What happens to that degree? Because we all play a role. We all play a role in relationships. It's not just one person. We all play a role. So we can't just say this person, oh, they did it. Now, they might have done some things. I'm not saying that they didn't. However, we have to take a holistic approach. If you come to me and you say to me, hey, I got a headache, but I don't ask you no other questions. Do you have a fever? Does your stomach hurt? Have you been around anybody with COVID? Blah, blah, blah. I'm only taking into account the symptom. I'm not going into what's the underlying thing, because it may be COVID, it may be the flu. God forbid, you having a brain tumor situation going on. You may be dehydrated. There's so many other aspects of it. I'm only focusing on the headache. I'm not focusing on everything else that came before the headache. So we have to. That's a big part of every situation. If I was to sit down and talk to somebody, whether it's a male or a female, I'm going to ask you that, like, how do I hold her accountable? Well, first I'm going to ask you what happened. Because sometimes I find a lot of men, they get to a place, I'm not saying every man, but I'm saying a lot of men, they're married, but they did nothing to keep the marriage together. And then they're upset when the marriage ends. But it's like you did nothing to keep it together. That's not all men. That's some men, because they feel like it took them a while to get down the aisle. So it's like, dang, we hear, she's supposed to be with me no matter what I do. It's like, that's not the case. Like, if I got into a relationship with somebody, or let's say I get married, and I'm like, oh, I'm here. I don't have to show up as a wife. I don't have any role besides wearing a ring and saying I'm somebody's wife. That's not right. There's a role and responsibility to being a wife, just like there's a role and responsibility to being a husband. And so I think both sides should be looking at how we can do things better, not just focusing so much on one person's issues because they're more obvious than the other. Does that make sense? Okay, let me see another question here. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it. It takes two to fight in a relationship. Absolutely. So animated. You are looking good. Thank you. Appreciate it. And some men, okay, Smooth, you're making generalized statements, and that just shows me you're speaking from a place of pain. Not all men take accountability, just like not all women take accountability. You're making an assumption that some men do take accountability, and they do very well with it. Some men don't. Some women take accountability. Some women don't. Accountability is a mark of a mature ego, meaning I can handle the weight of being wrong. I can handle the weight of not necessarily showing up the way I needed to or being held accountable. It takes a strong ego to hold criticism. It takes a strong ego to be able to say, you know what, I could show up better. I'm coachable. I'm willing to learn. That's a mark of somebody who may be more emotionally mature. Somebody who's not emotionally mature can't handle the weight of being wrong or being told they could do things better. Let's move on. Okay. Thomas, thank you, Thomas, for Soraya, and let her express herself. I don't know how to say that. It says Nakubenda. Samantha, I love you. Okay, I love you too, Thomas. Thank you. Okay. Wait, I touched tenter. Okay, I don't know what that means. No. Okay. Let me go over here. Should you date somebody who's financially compatible, or does it matter? I'm in a space in my life, family. It's about God. It's about financially compatible, not compatible, this, that, and the third. Did God tell me you the man or not? Is my discernment saying that that you're my person? I feel like I've exhausted me in trying to choose for me. So I've defaulted to God choosing for me. And that's not always fun. It's not always you relinquish control and you allow God to move. And that's not always the easiest thing to do, but I trust him. So when it comes down to dating and financial and 50, I'm letting God figure out those details. I'm not coming in with a preconceived notion, because obviously I've gotten it wrong. I've made bad decisions. I've made good decisions. But there's a God, when he leads me, that makes the best decisions. So it's really about God's stamp of approval for me at this point. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, I'm trusting God with my choices. I trust. Some people say, the same God that raises people from the dead, the same God that parts Red Seas, the same God that opens blind eyes, the same God that opens up deaf ears. That's the God I trust to bring me into the vicinity of the man that God has for me. I don't have to force it. I don't have to make it happen. I'm gonna trust him. There's people that tell me all the time, you should go to this bar, you should go do this, you should go do that, you should go this. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna let God handle it. Yeah. Samantha, how do you know God is talking to you? You know, to be honest with you, it's been a process of trial and error. When it came down to me learning God's voice to me, it took me walking out on things I felt like God was speaking to me. So I started doing those things, and when it started bringing about a God result, I started knowing it was God. So when I started feeling a prompting to tell somebody something, and that was exactly what they needed to hear, I knew God was speaking to me. Or there was a certain amount of money that God told me to give to somebody, and that was what they needed to get their bills paid. I knew that was God speaking to me. When God told me to step out on faith and say, hey, don't pay this, wait on me, and I waited and the money came, I knew that was God speaking to me. So it took a period of me walking in faith and learning the voice of God for me. You can't learn it, or you can't really understand it until you actually walk it out. Faith without works is dead. So it took me having to step out on faith. And then I also had to determine, like, okay, would I tell me this? Would the enemy tell me this? Like, would I tell me not to do this? Or would the enemy tell me not to do this? So I had to come back to a place of like, what voice is speaking to me, and learning that, and becoming aware of that, because the enemy is going to pressure you. Like today I had a moment, y'all, ain't gonna lie, I almost, I mean, literally, I felt like somebody said something to me, and they, well intentioned of course, but it just really hit me in a way that like discouraged me, that made me say, you know what, forget, this, just, it just had me in the space, and I admittedly have been in a lot of I've struggled a lot. I've had a lot of hardship in this time. And there's times where it's easy to give up. There'll be good things and bad things, good things and bad things. And it's tough, man. It's not an easy walk. I felt like crashing out. I sure did. But it was like I had in that moment, I'm so deep in with God. I'm such in the deep end. I'm like, I called a friend. I called somebody that I needed to get me back in space, to get me back in the right head space, so that I don't walk away, because I don't want to walk away. I don't want to leave God. I love God. I don't want to leave him, even when it's hard and I don't understand. And I'm looking at the time frames, and I'm looking what he's telling me, and it seems impossible. I'm not leaving him. I'm not going nowhere. And so that's where I'm at right now. Like, and it's tough sometimes, because you don't, it's me and my baby girl, and you're going through it. But like, I'm like, God, I trust you. Like, I'm gonna fight for this. I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for my faith. I'm fighting. I don't want to go nowhere else. I love it here. It's tough times, y'all. It's tough times. It's not easy. Faith, the fight for faith is a walk. But I know preparing me for something greater than this. I know that God is preparing me for my next, for what's coming. And I have to have this level of faith to believe for my spouse. This level of faith to believe for whatever God is bringing to me in my next season. Like, I've got to be aligned. I've got to be in the right headspace, because I like, y'all, I'm telling you, the way that I see God moving in my life right now, and what he's bringing me to, it's trial and tribulation. But the fact that I have such a connection with my creator, and I've experienced so much, I'm like, I'm locked in. I can't go nowhere. I'm not willing to leave. I'm not willing to go. I'm just not willing. I'm not willing. Um, but again, you gotta have people in your life you gotta have people in your life, or you gotta have, looking for somebody, y'all. That's why when we are choosing, y'all, we cannot choose from flesh. We cannot choose from worldly standards. Like, you cannot choose from worldly standards a spouse. That's why I gotta trust God on it. Because I only see me today. God sees me the end from the beginning. He sees me 20, 50, 80 years from now. He sees me there. And so with that being said, like, I need a spouse that can speak to my season now, and I can speak to his season now in future. It's got to be I have to find a spouse that's gonna, or not, I don't have to find him. God is going to bring that spouse into the vicinity, and He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Let me see. So do you like single life or married life better? You know, to be honest with you, sincerely, Sharita, I'm glad you brought that up. Both has perks and both have challenges, right? There's an upside to both and there's a downside to both. I feel like every season of life has its challenges. And with that being said, I've been being single. I think that there's a beauty about, you know, valuing liking my own company, valuing my alone time. You know, this is gonna sound really bad, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I like sleeping alone. I like my own space. Like I am very big about like being sleep compatible. We don't talk enough about the concept of being sleep compatible. We don't. We do not talk enough about sleep compatibility, family. And it matters. It matters. You know, does somebody snore? Like that's a big deal. For me, that's a big deal. Okay? Does somebody do they how do they sleep? Do they want to sleep cuddle up on you? Do they want to sleep in the cold or the heat? Like that matters. That matters. Like these are for me, these are deal breakers. If I'm talking to a man and we not sleep compatible, like he snores or he likes sleeping in the heat, that might be, you know, you might not be the one. Now Dawn brings up a good point. She says she's married and she sleeps alone. And here's the thing. I don't think that that's a negative thing. I actually don't have a problem with that at all. My sensing is that the man God is bringing to me ain't gonna play that, and that's not because it's wrong. I just have a sense. This is just my sensing, is that I've always felt like I'm gonna have to sleep with, like my man gonna want me to sleep with him. I just have a sensing he gonna want my body in the bed. That's what I'm sensing. That's what my spirit is telling me. My future husband want me in the bed. He want me in the bed with him. That's what I believe that. So if I again, I don't think that that's wrong, and I don't think that when people do it, it's wrong. I really don't. I mean, if I met my husband said, "Hey, you know what? I don't want you to sleep in the bed. I'm cool with you sleeping in your own bed." I'd be like, "Okay, you want your space? I want mine. Cool. We'll reconvene in the morning." Like, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't be mad. I really wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would not be mad at that at all. So I am not mad at that. You know? I'm just saying, y'all. So anyway, I think that, like I said, there's benefits and there's costs to either side. There's benefits to being. I personally believe, this is just me in the season I'm in now. I think there is a necessary season to be alone. I do think that both men and women should have a single season. What does that mean? You're not tied to anybody. You just on your own. You getting to know you enjoying your own company. I think that is very, very important. But not first of all, not everybody's called to marriage. Number one, we know that. Some people are good. They don't want companionship. They don't want companionship. They don't want the how do I say? They don't want that. You know, that some people don't want that. Some people do. It just depends. It really does. It just depends. It depends. It really does depend on you and what God is speaking to you about. Because we can't say, oh, I want marriage, but maybe that's not what you want. Maybe your family thinks you should be married. So you say you want to be married because everybody in your family says you should be married. That's not necessarily where you are or what you want. That might just be where what your family is saying, right? So we have to keep that in mind too. You know, that's not everybody's calling in life, right? That's not everybody's law. I know that I'm called to it. I sense I'm called to it. So God is preparing me for that. So that's that. Yeah, I'm type of the person, like when I sleep, I sleep on my side. I don't sleep on I sleep on my side. You and that's probably gonna be I sleep on my, like, I'm on my side always. You will find your girl on her side. Okay, some people they on everybody's side. I don't know. I'm on my side. You are on your side. I'm just being honest. We're gonna be honest today, right? I'm not gonna sit here in front for the gram. I want to be cuddled up with my man, and I just want him to be honest. No, I don't want that. It's hot. I get hot. I'm hot, but I'm hot natured. I get hot, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being honest with y'all. And I can't do snoring, y'all. I'll just be honest with y'all. I can't. Okay. Do you Gonna Runner said, I never seen so many men for a saved woman. Why is that such a why is that such a problem? Why is that so? Can I ask you why is that, like, if a man is if men are now showing that they're interested in someone and it's not it's like I know she's a spiritual woman, and we've got a lot of women that are saying that men are not going after. I'm trying to get this camera right, y'all. I don't like the camera angle here. That's actually a little better for me. I kind of like that better because y'all focus on the wrong thing. Okay, you focus on the right thing. All right. So anyway, but I like what I'm saying is, let me do it like that. I'm gonna do it like that. That's better. I think that's better because y'all focusing on the lower half, and I need you to focus on the upper half. Let me do this up here too, because yeah. So again, I say all of that to say, I like being sleep compatible and knowing these things, like these are all oh yeah, sorry, I went to another. There's nothing wrong with, I feel like we need to see more men after women that are obviously saved. I think we need to see more really truly godly women that are walking this thing out that men are attracted to, because men tend to think that if you're beautiful you can't really be with God, or if you're cute or you got a body or whatever, you don't have no real relationship with God. Like that's, we need to see more of that, because we have a younger generation, family. We have a younger generation that is watching us. We have a younger generation that is watching our every single move. And when we're sitting here and we're teaching them that we're going being half naked or this or that, is that's how you get men, that is not the healthiest thing to do. Or you've got to get a bunch of surgeries or do a bunch of different things. Like that is not what we want to teach our kids. That's not what we want to teach the younger generation. So for me personally, if you're saying that, I'm doing my job, because we want to have a different type of influence than what we've been having on our young girls. So I like, you see young women, they're looking at these other women like, oh, they're winning. But that's because we're not seeing enough women that men visually can be like, oh, she's desirable and she loves Jesus like that. We don't see enough of that. Women really walking it out. And that's because, family, you know how many women reach out to me and tell me, oh, you know, you're really being open about this whole God thing. Aren't you afraid you're going to scare a man off? No, I'm not afraid of scaring a man off. If I'm scaring a man off because I love God or I'm speaking about Jesus, then he not my man. Why would I compromise my faith? My God, if I really believe in God the way that I say that I believe in God, why would I think that he can't bring me a person that respects my faith and honors the fact that I love God the way that I do? Why would I even entertain something like that? That would mean that I really don't trust God the way that I think that I say that I do. If I feel like I've got to compromise my walk to make a man seem like, oh, she's desirable. But I will tell you this, ladies, everybody that's watching, I will say that more men have approached me on a real level, being openly walking with God than ever before. Yes, men approached before, yeah. But I'm saying, like, we talking about, they're not starting out the gate with, you know, whatever. They're saying, clearly you're a wife. What's up? They're coming with, and I said this on a thing before. Intention, attention. There's two different things, intention and attention. And I'm speaking from this, and one day I'll be able to speak from this as a wife. But right now, as a one, like just where I'm at in my life right now, men will come at me with intention versus attention. Yes, okay, you get attention, but intention, that matters. That matters. Now, Eric, I have a question about this. And then I'll answer this question. No, ma'am, you did not even close to eat that the way you needed to. I need more of that eaten, please. Of all of it. Chicken and rice. You're not just going to get candy and other things. We need to eat real food. You know what I think is really interesting? I find a lot of men look for a godly woman to help them become more of a godly man. Is that true? Is that how that really goes? Like, you know, you find you a good godly woman to bring you closer to God? Is that like a normal man thing? I just want to know. Or do you become a godly man and then look for a godly woman? Which one is it? I just want to know. Mario asked me, do you think your future husband is on this live or in close proximity? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. 2 twin beds in 1 room. Somebody asked me. You talking about sleep arrangements? Here's the thing, family. I don't. It's about that. Then it becomes about the snoring. Snoring is a big thing for me. Like if you're like a level 10 snorer, we might not be the one. We might not need to be together. No, ma'am. We're not breaking spoons. We're not breaking spoons. We're not. Okay. Let me see the trick. Okay. Very good. Thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to bend the spoon back. Is that cool? Yeah, it is cool. No, we all snore. Not every man snores. And there's I said a level 10 snorer. That's what I said, level 10. I'm not saying regular snore. I'm saying it's almost a diagnosis. I'm talking about the type of snoring that you hear down, you can probably hear at your neighbor's house. That's a problem. That's a diagnosis. I don't want that. You might be barking up the wrong tree. Somebody said we not sleep number bed. It just don't bark up this tree. Just don't bark up the tree. If you snore like that, don't. I don't want it. If he checks off everything on the list, but he's the level 10 snorer, he's not who the Lord sent me. I'm sorry. No. Snoring is too much. It's too big of it. God knows. Snoring is too big of a deal for me. I can't. It's just not gonna work. I know that now. I'm clear. I know it is a no. It is a no go. You could be a level. I'll get level 1 through 3. I even might give you a level 4 because 4 is my lucky number. But beyond 4, yeah, no. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Somebody said get him a mouth guard. Y'all are funny. Y'all having fun. We having fun tonight. We having some fun. Okay, let me say, okay, so let me, Lord Jesus, bless sweet Sam. She's amazing and a blessing. I'm learning, and she deserves your best. Continue to help her in the trials. A reminder of your faithfulness. You are truly the greatest of all time. In your name, amen. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're always so supportive. It really means a lot to me. This new age, we got to be examples. Exactly. Okay, so let me see some more questions. the mouth guard is, I'm sorry. A guy told me, listen, my husband got to be, if he's not that, he's a counterfeit. if he's not sleep compatible, like I could deal with a lot if you sleep in the cold and you don't snore. Like we can work out a lot of things. Or you're a level 1 through 4 snore. We can work. There's a lot of things you can work. If you're not a level 10 snorer. Because now I can sleep. If I can't sleep, we're not gonna be able to work things out. Or you just got to let me sleep in another room. That might be the compromise. If he checks off all the boxes, but then he snores, I'd be like, can we sleep in other rooms? Like, can I sleep in my room? You sleep in your room. And if he's okay with that, then we're good. Okay. Okay. They said women first. So can I ask y'all why that is? Why do men look for women to look for a godly woman? Like, because I even think men that aren't in the faith want godly women. Yeah. Do you want more kids? I'm open to having more kids. I am. I'm open to having more children. That's quite. Listen, I have more kids. Yeah, I gotta love you. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. If I met somebody and they wanted more children, I have more children. I mean, I only have one, so it's not like I went all over the edge with it, you know. So I mean, if the person really wanted more children, I would definitely have more kids. Why not? Miss Jess, I'm saying, is this a dating live chat or what? That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to answer questions, but why is it so hard finding a quality man these days? Husband material saved and ready. You know what it is? I would say K17, and this is just my perspective. I think that today, I don't think, number one, we're presenting ourselves in a way that men that are saved and ready will see you. Like, you've got to, I believe in presentation. We say we want a saved and ready husband material man, but we're presenting ourselves as girlfriends. And I think that there's a difference. There is a difference in how you present yourself. God convicted me of that. And I really had to deal with me on that. Like, how are you presenting yourself? Are you presenting yourself as the woman I've intended for you to be, or are you presenting yourself as just another woman they see on the gram? Like, which one are you? And that did require me to take a shift in content, to take a shift in what I, promoting what I would put out there. I took a major shift, and that was really because I felt like God was convicting me about that. Like, I'm calling you higher. I'm calling you to more. And you presenting yourself any kind of way is not, that's not what I'm calling you to do. You know, so I had to deal with me on that. And I had to, you know, let things go. And was that hard? Yes. Because not everybody understood that. Not everybody supported that decision. Some people absolutely did. Some people didn't. But that was a really hard decision to make, because I'm making these decisions and I'm like, you know, you know, part of me was validated by, you know, certain, you know, videos that I'm doing, and it's just me looking in a camera is going viral. Like that, there's a lot of validation that comes from that. It's not a lie. You know, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, you get 100 and 200, 300,000 likes on a post, or 500,000 or whatever, however many, whatever, just by looking into a camera. That's very validating. And I had to say to myself, like, where do I want my validation from? God or people? Do I want my validation from a man? Like, and God was just teaching me, like, no, you get your validation from me. I say you're good enough. I say you're worthy. I say, because people's opinions will go up and down. Those likes will go up and down. But my validation for you, what I feel about you, is what matters. That doesn't mean I stopped taking care of myself. That doesn't mean I've stopped like working out, and you know, I still like I'm still going to get my hair done. I'm still going to keep myself up. My nails is gonna be done, all these things. But now it's, you know, like that's just who I'm doing for me. It's not about what you guys think. It's not about how many likes I get on a hair post, or on a fitness post, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's not about that. It's about what God is doing within me, you know, and like that's what matters the most, you know. And I'm still a work in progress. I mean, it's still things, but I'm really much more mindful of like being more like being more mindful about how I present myself, because I don't want my message to be diluted because of how I present myself. I want my message to be reinforced by how I represent myself. And that was something that God had to speak to me about, and I had to deal with me about, you know, because you are held to a higher standard. You just are. And, you know, it's not the popular thing to say or to do, but I think that that's why a lot of women do struggle with meeting men that are intentional, because there's a lot of women that say they're Christian. There's a lot of women that say they're God-fearing and they're this and they're that, but they out here living like the world. And it's like it's hard. You know, you say you a Christian, but you say you really walking this thing out, because you could say you're a Christian, but are you walking it? You could say you're a Christian, but are you faithful to what the values of the Christian faith? Walking it and talking it are two different things. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Walking it and talking it are two completely different things. And when you're walking and talking it, it's very few of us that are actually doing that. And so therefore and wherefore, you're gonna have a lot of people in your journey and in your walk that may not understand you. And that's okay. I'm okay with being misunderstood. And when I first, let me just keep it real. When I first started this whole getting on the ground, I cared more about what people thought. It wasn't until situations happened that were beyond my control that was influencing the way people thought about me. And now I'm having to deal with narratives and worry about like things that I can't control. And it was God breaking me out of this thing. Like, people they can like you one day, hate you the next. Like like you over here tap dancing to people's approval and their likes and their validation and them understanding you. That's a fruitless battle, because there's going to be variables that you can't even control. And there's so many people that tap dance according to how people will respond to them, versus really just being authentic to what they feel like God is calling them to do. They're afraid of being canceled. They're afraid of these things. And it's like, people, if you're standing for God and in God, there's no fear of being canceled, because God is who justifies you. God is who validated you. God is who elevated you. They can't cancel what God created. It's a God thing. So it's like I think that God had to kind of like take me out of that wavelength and get me to see things a certain way. But because so many people say that there's something and they don't live it that way, there's so many people that do that. I can see how men can feel like, I don't know what this is, whether this is real, whether this is fake. You know, it can feel, it can be tough. It can be tough. So I think that that's why. And I also think this, y'all. I was talking to a guy and he was talking to me about marriage. I think there's so much negative rhetoric around marriage. The enemy's done a really good job at destroying covenant. That's because we've done covenant outside of covenant. We have not honored, we do not understand covenant, nor do we live or love like covenant. I have been learning in this process about what covenant is and what it's supposed to look like. And I have fallen short. I mean, there's areas where I absolutely needed to grow up as a woman, you know, like for, you know, just as I'm moving into a different, where God has brought me into a different chapter in my life. I have had to grow, like there's areas God was like, no, shape up. I can't keep blaming somebody else. I gotta deal with me. I can't keep saying this is because how I was raised and this, that, and the third. No, I want to do something different. I can't keep saying, oh, he did this, so I did that. He did this, so no, it's like, no, Sam, you take accountability for you. You want to do this differently. You want something different. You got to be different. You can't find excuses for how you are and expect different results. No, you have to be different. And so I had to hold myself accountable. I had to say to myself, what are you doing? How are you representing you? How are you showing up in this world? And if I'm being real, I feel like I did okay, but obviously God can do better. God knew I could do better than what I was doing. Right? So again, I think it's hard to find godly Christian men because number one, we're not seeing good examples of godly Christian men. We're not making godly Christian men the standard, just like we're not making godly Christian women the standard. So because of that, we don't have those examples to really hold our hat on. We're not, you know, we're seeing, I think more people, whether we realize it or not, we're seeing more destruction of families than we are seeing good examples of family. And some of us have not been raised. We have not been raised by functional family units where we know what to do. How do we naturally become what we weren't raised by? You know, so there's a lot that can, you know, how many men are being raised by godly Christian men and know how to show up in the world as a godly Christian husband? Not many. You know what I'm saying? There's very, just like, you know, there's not many godly Christian women, and they were raised by good godly Christian women. It's not many. So I think that we're trying to be something we don't necessarily know how to be. And so I have a lot of empathy for men because I don't think that there's a lot of great examples. And I believe God is raising a generation of men up. God is calling men out. There's men on my live. You feel the call. Like God has been calling you out of the shadows and into light. Like God is saying, no, you're chosen. I need you to step up. I need you. Whoever's watching me, I need you to step up. I need you to love a woman well. I need you to be a good family man. I need you to show your generation and the generations to come that how you were raised is not how they have to be. That you are not limited by the generations before you. You can do something different. You can be the generational curse breaker. You, whoever you are, God is calling you out of that. God is calling you to greater. God is not exposing you to dysfunction for you to stay dysfunctional. God has exposed you to that so that you can break it off of your generation and generation and generation. Some of y'all you might be men who are raising young women, raising young girls. You got daughters that are watching you. Be a good man to a woman. Like, They're watching you. You are their first example. You know, don't be out here playing games, because now you're normalizing men playing games. We've got to do better than what we've seen. Instead of allowing that to be our excuse, letting that be our motivation to become better. Family, that's what has driven me. I don't want to be what I've been. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to be better. I want to. And God has been dealing with me, because he's called me out. And yes, it's been uncomfortable. And yes, I've made sacrifices. Yes. But it's worth it. If the kingdom is glorified, it's worth it. If I'm breaking generational curses off my family, it's worth it. It's worth it to me. So if people don't understand it, don't like it, I don't care. I know I have a higher calling. You ain't gotta like it. The man that God has called to me, he gonna love it. And he gonna walk heavy right with me. He might not be as vocal. He might not be the same way that I am about it, but he gonna be right there with me. I think we're so worried about people, and we need to be more worried about the things of heaven. Family, look at what's happening in the world today. We can't ignore it. You go and you're seeing world wars happen before our eyes. You're seeing rainwater that goes from 0 to 25 feet in 45 minutes. You're seeing earthquakes and natural disasters occur in areas over and over again. We cannot ignore what we're seeing. And we want to make it, pass it off. You're seeing, literally, I saw this TikTok video of bears like blocking the entrance to Yellowstone National Park. Bears and like wildebeests, like literally migrating, running away. And we're like, oh, nothing. No, it's the last days, family, and we have to take that into account. We cannot live our lives in deception. We cannot live our lives in deception. So if you're watching me and you have a calling in your life, do not waste time. Do not waste time. God is calling you out. Honor the call that God has put on your life. Do not ignore the promptings of the Spirit. Do not ignore God moving you or propelling you forward. It is time to walk and walk heavy, not be lukewarm, not be any of those things. People tell me all the time, oh, you're kind of crazy because you're doing all this. You're being so, like, talking about God. Okay, you can call me crazy if you want to. They called Noah crazy too. They called Jesus crazy. They called Daniel crazy. They called David crazy. I'm in good company. It depends on what I value. Do I value you, or do I value what God says about me? And I'm going to tell you right now, in these last days, I don't care what y'all say about me. I'm going to continue to say it. It's a spiritual revival going on. And I want you guys right now to really honor that. If God is calling you to do something, do it. Because he has your best interest in mind. All things are working for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to their purpose. All things. God is calling you out. Honor the call on your life. Do not run from it. Honor it. All right. I know I went off on a thing. Somebody said Sam needs an armed king to protect her so we can survive until he comes. Let me see here. Trying to see. Okay, any other? Now we're Sam, you speak with passion, y'all. And the thing is, today I even have like a good day. Like when I leave here, I'm definitely gonna go and be praying in my closet. Cause God and I need to talk. Being real with you. Yeah. Samantha, he is not calling people who do not have him in their lives. So until you accept, he's not paying you an invitation. Okay. Okay. All right. What's your diet and fitness plan? Did you listen to anything I just said? Y'all, oh my. God is calling you out. Okay, what are you eating though? What is your diet plan? You looking good. How you working out? What are you, y'all, I'm on the same, similar plan. I work out twice a day. Y'all know. Serious about it. I just got a treadmill, so I've been doing it in the house while watching Disney movies. I've gotten into Disney movies. I've gotten into Disney movies, but I'm very, very, very much committed to my workout. So y'all know I work out twice a day. I eat chicken, mornings oatmeal, smoothie. I make my own smoothie. What else? Protein bar, fruit, and then chicken, rice, and like spinach, apple, and blueberries for dinner. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. And I work out a lot. Like I try to work out twice a day. But with like the second workout's usually only cardio. Like when I get off here, I'm probably gonna do cardio. I think if I got like this time I've been, I eat, y'all, I'm mixed now. I be eating meat. I'm not one of them people that don't eat meat. I met somebody that said they vegan. Sam ain't vegan. Sam is not vegan. Sam, I'm white, Ecuadorian, and Jamaican. Sam is not vegan. I not to say there's not any vegan Caribbean people or Hispanic people, but that's not me. She probably Pam. Are you being hacked? What are you saying? Yes, Ecuadorian. And my mom is was born in Ecuador, actually. My dad is white. My mom is Ecuadorian and Jamaican. Yeah. So I'm Ecuadorian, Jamaican, and white. And when I say white, it's not to be disrespectful. I'm just mixed with all different. You could say Swedish, British. What else? I don't even know. Yeah, I seen what other parts? I seen a whole bunch of stuff. I was mostly British though. Like British. I seen a bunch of stuff. I'm super mixed. Like, yeah. Oh, I'm like, damn. I just saw the deer meat thing. I'm like, what? Okay, you okay.
Why are you wearing adventure pants?
I think it's my brother's good. Somebody asked me about my brother. I didn't see one of your questions, sir. He said you didn't answer none of my questions. I didn't see you. I didn't see your question. Woo-wee! I'm gonna answer one more and get off, y'all. Okay, Anonymous wrote me. That's a great one. I like that. I'm not in Houston. What are your views on divorce scripturally? It's a heavily debated topic. Bible supports being in abusive relationships only because it only allows divorce and adultery. Here, like I've been divorced. Okay, look, we can let the cat out of the bag. Soraya, baby, come on. Um, I've obviously I've can't, let mommy finish this topic, baby. I know you like the camera, but let me let me finish this topic. This is adult topic, grown up topic. I'll let you come back, okay? But it's grown up. Okay. Um. So what? I don't even know what just happened. My leg hurts. Gosh, my thing just changed out of nowhere. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what just happened. I think it's because I got low battery. Y'all, we may have to go over to. You might have to go over to my other. That's okay. That's whatever. You might have to go to my other thing to see me, but we'll just let it happen. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah. So divorce. Back to what I was saying about divorce. Um, with divorce, I obviously the Bible does not condone like divorce. We know that. We know that from scripture. That's not a secret. God hates divorce. He does give back and that was because in the Old Testament, husbands, all they had to do was write a piece of paper essentially and divorce their wives without any type of uh, situation, any type of reason. They could just dismiss their wives. And so when Jesus came back, he basically said, like, this needs to be taken more seriously. God takes this very seriously, right? And so you see that, and he basically says that the only thing that he hates or the reason for it is adultery. And adultery was because, I mean, if you see God, even in the Old Testament, he's upset when people would worship other gods, because to him, his bride, the bride of Christ, is his people, is his chosen people, which is the Israelites. Those were his chosen people. So whenever they chose other gods outside of him, he looked at it like, y'all are cheating on me. Y'all are worshiping another god. If he looked at it like the sin of adultery, even I think it was Hosea, one of the prophets, that was asked to marry a prostitute at the time, and it was to represent how God felt about the people of Israel looking to other gods outside of him. So he takes it very, very seriously, right? And I do think that we take it lightly. I'm not gonna lie, and um I think, in if I'm being completely transparent, I wasn't raised in a household that took divorce as seriously as as I now take it. I'm be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Ain't no secrets here. You know, um, because we see it so frequently. I saw it very frequently. I saw it with my parents, and so I think that when it comes to abuse, I don't believe, and I can't reference this with scripture, but I don't believe that the same God that would deliver his people over and 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 over again from abuse and oppression, from manipulation. I don't believe that that same God would not do the same thing for his people today. If you read the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, whenever they were being abused or oppressed by a people, God, when they asked for God's hand in delivering his people, he always showed up. So in my opinion, I don't think that God would have somebody stay in a relationship where they're being abused in any way, shape, or form. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's the heart of God. It's God speaks about his character all throughout the Old Testament. You can reference verses about his character. I don't think that God would want a person to be in a situation that could compromise not only their livelihood, but the livelihood that comes from them. So I just don't believe that. I also think that husbands don't realize that the way that you treat your wife is, if God, you are held accountable for how you treat your wife. Like, That is a Bible verse. Okay. There's multiple instances where God's like, the way you treat women, I got something for you. The way you handle and conduct your family, there you will be held accountable. You will have to sit in the seat of accountability for how you steward your wife. You can be blessed abundantly for blessing your wife and honoring your wife, or you can be cursed abundantly for how you conducted yourself in that relationship. So you have to understand there are real consequences for how you move in relationships. It's not just so willy-nilly like we do today. That's not real. We reap what we sow in this life. That's law. That is a law. You may not catch up to you right away, but eventually it will. So it's very important. So I don't believe God's going to ask nobody to stay in a relationship where they are being abused. I just don't. I don't believe that. I don't stand on that. I'm not going to say like I have scriptural like backing and everything like that. I just know that the heart of God over and over and over and over again, he saved his people from people that were abusing them and oppressing them and manipulating them and manipulating their power over them. And God did not have nice words, nor did he treat them kindly. He took them out. He delivered them. He set them free. That's what he did. And he did it over and over again. So I believe the same God that did that will do it again. That's what I believe. I feel like it's crazy to even condone that. Like, oh, I think you should stay. I think you should stay in this marriage where you're getting hurt. The Bible says you should stay. And like, I don't. Yeah, I know. But I do believe that we do need to take it more seriously, though. I will say that I don't think that we should just be getting divorced for any reason. I do think that standing by the biblical reasons for divorce is important, and I think that that's important. I don't, y'all. If anybody has gone through a divorce, it is not the deal. You do not want to go through a divorce. Divorce is not. Listen, no. No bueno. If it's not cheating, it's not abuse, and you just don't, you don't like this person, or we grew out of each other, or get it. Like, no. It's not when I feel like it, I'm committed. It's not that. It's regardless of how I feel, I'm saying I do. Whether I like you today or I don't. But I say this to family, hear me out. I think one of the most important things to look for when you're looking for somebody, hear me clear. I think one of the most important things to look for is, do you like me, or do you like them, or do you like them? Like, we be so caught up, am I attracted to you? That. Do you like me as a person? Do I like you as a person? Like, can I kick it with you and we don't have to be doing nothing? No, we could be sitting in silence, and I like you enough to be sitting in silence. I like you enough to be watching, the game together, or we could be watching a show and there's no conversation, but I like you. So we ain't got to talk. I like you. I don't have to be performative and all the. Do I like you? Do I like your company? Do I like your energy? Do I like what you stand for? Do I like you? That matters to me more, family. That matters to me more than, am I attracted to you? Do I want to sleep with you? You know what I'm saying? That period. Do I like you? I like your face. I like your body. Do I like you? Do I like you? Do I like what you? Do I like all aspects of you? I think that that's what's important, family. We don't talk about that enough. Do I like you? Do I like your mind? Do I like the way you think? If I was to ask you a question, do I really want to hear your answer? Some of y'all be asking, y'all be dealing with women. You don't like the way they think. You don't even like the way. You don't respect their mind. You like, you know what? She about to say. Like, if you're going to be with a woman, be with a woman that you feel like you respect her mind, that when she shares something, that's how far your lineage will go. You marry a woman, you like her mind, you're like, that's your kids. You got to think about, they're being influenced by how this woman thinks, how this woman acts, how this woman carries herself. Do you want your daughter to be raised up like your woman? If your woman's raising her, would you be proud of the woman that your daughter becomes? If your daughter was to grow up like the woman you have chosen, whether that be her mother or the woman that you decide to be with, would you be like, you know what, I did a good job? That's what you got to think about. You got to think about these types of things, family. It's not just, oh, she's bad or oh, she looks good. It's like, is the woman that I'm choosing who I want my daughter to be influenced by? My daughter was to be raised like the woman I choose today. Would I be proud of that? And some of y'all are not thinking like that. Some of y'all are thinking very passive and like, oh, she's bad. Oh, she's here. She lives within 10 miles of me. Like, she's a fun time on Friday. Like, no. You got to think about, do I like you? Do I respect you? Do I respect your mind? Do I like you? Because I want to, y'all family, I want to be with somebody I like. I like you and I love you. You can grow to love anything, family. You can grow to love anything. You can love people you don't like. I want to like you first. I want to like you. And do I respect you? Like, period. I think that matters a whole lot more than what we realize. What's your view about your potential partner checking all the boxes? Should we ever settle? I'm gonna go back to this boxes question, and I hear me clearly, family. I don't mean this in any type of disrespectful way. I don't feel like you can fall out of love. You're talking about in love and out of love. That's in love and out of love. Or no, I'm talking about love. When you love somebody, love is different. You can love somebody and leave them. I don't understand why we don't understand that. People are like, oh, I thought you loved me, you leaving me. You can love somebody and leave them. That is very possible. Love is and like, you can love them and not be with them. You can love them and not be in the little excited, heart pumping. Like, you're not going to be always at the heart pumping. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you. Like, you're not going to always be there. You're going to be there for a minute. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, that's my girl coming. Oh man, she bad. I'm excited for her. And then you get married to her. You've been with her for 2 years. You might not be like, dang, my girl coming home, man. Oh, that might be exciting for like maybe the first 5 months, 6 months. But after a while, crocodile, things change. You used to seeing this woman walk up in your house and sleep in your bed. You used to it, right? So I think love is being in love and being all excited and like that stuff does go, but that doesn't mean we think that when that excitement leaves, that means the relationship's over. That's not true. That's a fallacy. Over time, it gets normal. They become like family. That's the point. You've just chosen a family member. You just said, I want you to be my family member for life. Well, family is forever, right? But I want you to be my family member. And I want to create little yous and me's mixed together. Like, that's what you're saying. You meet somebody and you're like, you know what? I want to have children with you. I want to create a lineage of yous and me's together. They're family. Eventually, it's like, it's not about the newness. Newness and families. What's that? It's like, no, over time, we're just family. We have chosen family. Family doesn't, no matter whether we're talking or not, we like each other or not, we still family. Right? I wasn't necessarily raised in a family that did that the right way. Okay. So there's areas where I need to work on with that. Family is forever. Now, excitement is not the determining factor of whether or not we love each other or not. At some point, it's not going to be exciting. And that's okay. We got to normalize that. Oh, I'm not excited about him anymore. So what? That means the relationship matured. That means the relationship matured. We're not in the lovey-dovey phase. Now we in it. Now we really rocking. Now we're not in this insecure space. Now we're in this, like, we locked in. Like we over here talking about like, you know, I mean, he's just no, they're working towards being like you. Like, you might be in a relationship, y'all are in pattern, y'all are in cycle, he's got his schedule, you got your schedule, and you're over here comparing yourself to somebody in a new relationship. They trying to get to you. They trying to get to the mature love where we don't have to perform to be loved. We love each other. We locked in. We family. So yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Mom, I found my glasses that I lost.
Well, that's good. So we have it for the next thing. Yeah, what happened to growing old? That's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna leave it on the table.
Yeah, so we have it on the thing tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that I put it in there.
Okay.
Sorry that I did that.
What about people who go through hate-filled divorce? I mean, divorces is hard, family. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I said I'm never. I'm not. Never want to go through that again. Never, ever, ever, ever. I said, I made a joke. I said, I'm gonna tie myself to my new husband. Like, when I get married again, I'm gonna tie myself to his leg. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, you're here. You're with me for life. I am not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. And granted, fortunately, first marriage, it didn't work out. But what the next one, no, no. You staying with me, beloved. I'm rocking with you. You rocking with me. That's it. I'm telling you, God has done a work in your girl, because I'm exactly, Michael. Michael said, this is why I judge a woman by how well we do the simple things together. Very good, Michael. Normalcy sets in. That's what I'm saying. When it's too, okay, I get the beginning. Like, yeah, show her a little, show her a little something, like, take her out, do your thing to swoon your beloved, right? Do your little song of Solomon or whatever. Do your thing, okay? But when it comes down to it, I do judge a relationship by, like, can we watch TV together? Can we go to movies together? And I'm gonna be bummy. I'm gonna wear my hair up and I've never really had issues with like that. Men have never really had a problem with, I'm being bummy. I put my hair in a bun type of thing. But I'm saying, like, normal, me eating takeout. You know what I'm saying? We watching a movie, we telling jokes. Because I'm a goofy person. But again, the normal stuff is so important. The day-to-day where I don't have to perform when you're around. I'm, like, in my schedule, you in your schedule. Yeah, take out of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to arcade. Go to a water park. Go amuse. You can learn a lot about people going to an amusement park. You can learn a lot about somebody going on rides together. I love the amusement park date or road trip. I heard somebody say they go on a road trip. I love road trips, y'all. Love them. I love me a good road trip. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know why I'm like that. I like a road trip. I like cabins. I like mountains. I like all that stuff. I love road trips. That road trips, R&B, 90s R&B, a road trip, absolutely. Like, let's go. I'm down. Who's that? But again, I think if those things are the beautiful things, those are things you don't have to do too much. You don't have to be performative. I think a lot of us, we're relying or basing our foundation of our relationship on the performative things. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. You have to, the sustainable is things that we can do, and we're not doing too much. I think honestly, Fresh TV, he's talking about argument. I think argument tells you a lot about somebody. Argument can absolutely tell you a lot about a person. I'm not afraid of arguments because I want to see how we disagree. Do we disagree in a way that, because we're going to disagree. We're going to disagree. So it's like not, like when we don't disagree, I haven't chosen my person. My person and I are going to disagree. I'm a strong personality person. I want somebody who has a strong personality. I want somebody who has an opinion. I'm not one of those women or people that look for somebody that doesn't have an opinion. I want you to have an opinion. I want you to come back at me. I want that. I like that. I like a man that's like, nah, you wrong. I'm like, oh, am I? Am I wrong? Tell me how I'm wrong, because I'm never wrong. Tell me. No, but I'm kidding. But I'm serious. I'm kidding, but I'm serious. I obviously like men that are strong, opinionated men. I like that. I like it a lot. I don't shy away from it. I don't shy away from a man having an opinion and being able to express his opinion. Pam saying she really is coachable, y'all. I really am coachable. I've done a lot of work in that area. But I like having an argument. Pam, no, I'm gonna argue. Me and Pam have had arguments. I'm strong, but if I hear something and if there's a way I could do it better, I'm gonna listen. But I do need a strong personality person. Yeah, I don't want nobody with and he don't have to be loud like me, but he just got a strong energy, a presence about him that's like, ooh, Sam in trouble. Yikes. Yowzers. But but yeah, no. So I'm a strong personality person. I know that about myself. And I can be a little, I'm a little tomboyish a little bit. People don't say I'm tomboyish because I don't look tomboyish, but I am like, yeah, they talk about roller coasters. Yeah, like I'm the one who's going to go on the rides. I'm competitive. My family knows that about me. I'm super competitive. Like everybody knows that about me, really. I'm competitive. I'm like a kid a little bit. Like I just went on, going on water rides with my daughter, and I'm like, we went as a group, and I was like, y'all can't beat me. Like I'm on, there's this kid, it's kids rides, like it's this water slide, it's 4 of them, and you race down with a little mat. And I said, y'all gonna beat me or what? Y'all gonna beat me or what? Bet you beating me? Oh, okay. And I'm the one who's gonna beat. Like I'm gonna try to beat you. And it was a bunch of kids, and one kid said, "No, you're gonna beat me," and I beat him. But you can't have that personality. You cannot let me beat you. You have to fight me. But like, no, again, I understand that about myself. And like I said, I don't even know where we got. How did we get here? How did not see no, no. Nobody. Anyway, um, 5 more minutes. What if he is louder, Sam? Louder than me? I'm okay with that. Do I play sports? Yes, I play sports. I mean, I played soccer growing up. Played soccer. I was on dance team. I yeah. Can I hang out with a Christian man who might know more Bible than me? Yes, because I want to learn. I don't want to teach. I want to learn. I could also be with a man who doesn't know more Bible than me. I could be with both. As long as you care about the Bible, that's all I care about. as long as we worship the same God, that's all I care about. Where am I from? From New Jersey. All right. Wait, let me ask me a question. I left midfielder. Ask me what soccer was, what positions. I played sweeper when I was younger. Left midfielder and left defender. I don't know why the left, but left. Never. I was not the scorer, but I was always like either midfielder or defender. When I got older, it was left. I think it was left defender. What tells you a man is ready for a relationship and husband material? His conversation will tell you. A man's conversation, his behavior will tell you. A man who's intentional, you will not mistake. It's not mistakeable when a man wants something more from you than like just their intentionality will be different. And their consistency will be different. I don't think it's about the antics. I don't think it's about, oh, we're gonna go to like Peru on our first date or something like that. But like it's more about the intentionality and the consistency of the effort. Like if someone's consistent and someone is intentional, 2 weeks from now they're still being consistent and intentional. So I think it's about consistency, because husband material is consistency. It's intentional. It's like I choose you even when I don't like you or I don't want to. So I think when a man is what is speaking and his words are matching his actions and they're consistently matching his actions, I think that's when he says. And then I feel like men are not lying. I don't feel like men lie about, well, some men do, but I think most men are going to tell you, I'm not ready. I've seen like they may still mess with you if you let them, but they'll tell you they're not ready. Men don't commit. Not some men do, but I think majority of men, if they're committing, they're ready for a relationship. Now, what they talk about, like men that are, I've literally been, communicating with men, and even in the dating before the first date, they're talking about wanting to be married. They're not talking about, oh, we gonna date first. No, there's men that I've met intent. That's why I'm saying we gotta big up men, because we're not showing enough men that exist, because there are men that from the jump, from the first communication, they're saying to me, I want to be married, I want a wife. That's what they're saying. They're not coming at me, and they're not lying. Why would they lie? They're not lying about that. And they're like, can we court? Can we explore this? And I really have to go to spiritual. I really take it seriously with God. Like God will give me the understanding of what is what. His actions will tell me. His words won't tell me. His actions will tell me if he's ready or not. Do I like martial arts? I do like martial arts. I like to box. I'm not gonna say I'm like a professional boxer, but I like to box. And I like watching UFC and stuff like that. I don't watch boxing as much, but I do like watching. Me and my stepdad like watching UFC together. I'm big into that. I'm from New Jersey, duh. We like to fight. We're Jersey girls like to fight. Sam, would you sign a prenup if some high level guy asked you to marry? For me, a prenup is not a problem. I think we make prenups a big deal. I know it's probably not the question everybody would want. Like, they're like, oh, Sam, why did you answer this? I've signed a prenup before, I'll sign it again. I don't feel like it's a big deal. I think if somebody wants to protect their assets, they have every right to. I think, I think if you're, I don't know. I don't think it should be made the problem that it is. I think that it has such a stigma. Like, you don't trust me. Like, should they really, I don't know. Should somebody trust you? You never know somebody. Like, you don't know them sometimes until the worst moments. Like, you don't really know. Like, so I feel like God is going to take care of me. So I don't need to get it from you. If I get it from you, that means you're my source. You're not my source. God is my source. So yeah, I signed it once, I'll sign it again. I think when you make such an issue with prenup, I don't see why that's such a big deal. I don't understand that. When if somebody's built something up for themselves and they want to protect it, just like I'm probably gonna do. There's gonna be things I'm gonna say as well. I want to protect what I built, and they want to protect what they're building. So I understand that. Like, protect you. I gotta protect me and wherever I'm going. Like, I don't see the issue in prenup. I think it just, if it makes somebody feel more at ease and at peace with you, and they're protecting what they're building, I don't see why that's a big deal. You're not my source. God is my source. Period. I really believe that. I'm not gonna try to get it from, like, God is my source. He always had me. He gonna continue to have me. And I mean, I just over time. I don't see the big deal about a prenup. And even if it's a high level, it doesn't have to be a high level guy. It could be any guy. The guy's building something. He might be in Amazon right now. The beginning stage is Amazon. We don't know what stage Amazon is going to become. Did nobody, the success that it's become now, he might want to protect that. So I don't think a prenup is, like I said, I've signed one before, I'll sign it again. I don't think that that's a big deal. I know a lot of women that sign prenups. I don't think a lot of people care. I mean, maybe they do. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, I feel like God's gonna take care of me. He has, and He will. I've learned that over time, over the years. I've seen how faithful God has been. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna try to get it from you. I think my ego is gonna be like, my ego just can't. I don't know. I don't want to be known for who I'm with. I don't know. I want to be known for me. I don't want to be known for who I was associated to, no. That's why I don't bring up my past. I don't do that. People bring it up for me. I do not bring it up. Why? I dislike it so much when people bring it up. I dislike it because I do not want to be known for what I want to be known for what I built for me. The platform I built for me, not for like that's I just can't get with that. Like when that is me. I'm not doubting anybody else. Everybody else has a different journey. My journey is not to tie myself to somebody else. No, I want to be known for me. I want to build something for me. What God is doing through me. Not like I'm trying to get with somebody else. No. Well, Fresh TV, Vision TV, you're not my person, so it's okay. My passion, my the way that I am, you're not my person. My man gonna love that. He gonna love a woman that advocates for herself or has a platform and represents herself a certain way. My man gonna love that. So you just not my person. That's all. It's okay. We all have somebody. You just not mine. Because the person I know that God has created me to be with is going to be somebody that appreciates who I am. And of course, there's going to be areas I got to compromise within the relationship, but my man going to love me. All of it. Period. I'm going to love him. All of him. Period. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to be okay. Are you going to be okay? That's the question. But he going to love me. I don't know my person. First of all, you don't know who's watching you on YouTube Live. You don't know. I don't know who's watching me here. Like, it's not like Instagram where you can kind of see. Like, YouTube is different. Like, I don't know who's watching. He could be. He could very well be watching me right now. And he may know who he is. I don't know. I don't know. I would imagine he probably watching me. And I oh, look at how my baby drew. Look what she drew. Look at my baby. Look at my little mama. Look at how she be drawing. Look at this. My big mama. Isn't that beautiful? I'm so proud of her. My big old baby. She an artist. My baby an artist. They loved it, Bama. She got skills, right? I told y'all. She's so good, isn't she? My little mama. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, so anyway, yeah, she got skills now. She good. She good. My baby can draw. Okay, y'all. So let me see. Oh yeah, Antoine. Yeah, I'm not worried, y'all. Y'all talk about my next person more than I do. I'll say little things, jokey, but y'all be asking me more about him than I know he out there. God is preparing me for somebody, and somebody being prepared for me. We both getting prepared at the same time. He getting ready to have Sam in his life, and I'm getting ready to have him in mine. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried. My God is faithful. Yeah, he might be in this room. He might be. But again, what I learned, family, the biggest thing I want you guys to know is what I've learned is that I think when I first got into this, I was like, oh, I have a child, I'm a mom, I'm in my 30s. everybody may seem like, it's the worst thing or whatever. But as I have gotten older and I've seen that that's not true, I've learned that, there is an aspect that I have to work on me. And when I'm ready, God's going to bring. And when he's ready, God's going to push. Like, I know that I don't have to, like, do certain things. Like, God is here. Like, God is here. God sees, God knows. And I trust him so much that I know that whoever he is, whatever, it's like, I don't have to. I think a lot of women feel the need to have to do things to get themselves to be attractive to somebody else. And I feel like the person God has for you, you just got to prepare the way God has called you to prepare. There's so many stories. That I've seen where women are preparing and the man comes. Like, when you're faithful to God's process, God is going to bring the man to you, because now he's like, oh, I trust you with my son. That's why it's important for men to have a relationship with God, because he's like, okay, I'm not going to bring you no ragamuffin, and vice versa. So I've just focused more about preparing and trusting God with that. And I know he's going to bring the person. They'll be in the vicinity. They'll bark up the tree when God has called him to bark up the tree. Period. When God calls him to bark up the tree, he gonna bark. He gonna bark. He gonna be scratching. He gonna be like, Sam, Sam, it's time. Stop playing, girl. Get over here. Yeah, so I stopped trying to. I don't know. I just started being more committed to God's process, like not trying to be with everybody. No, like, who does God want me to be? Who's God want me to be? God gonna bring the man that I gotta be this way for. Now he gonna fit me, I'm gonna fit him. I trust him. I really, really trust him. Not many Davids out here saying, but you'll find one. I'm sure I'll find me a David. I wouldn't have this feeling about, why would I find this person, David? Like King David, why would that even be attractive to me? I haven't met too many women that say that. That's because that's my calling. That's who I'm. It's a man who a lion, a man who a fighter. It's definitely a man who's a fighter. I'm a fighter. This man's got to be a fighter. We gotta be willing. We're both willing to swing. Both of our hands work. Both of our hands work. He'll be the. Pam said he'll be the key. You know what's so funny, Mario? God has woke me up. God has awakened me at a time that means Ariel. Did you know that Ariel is a masculine name? Look at that, y'all. Look at my big mama. Look at her just drawing. She's so talented. Look at my big mama. That's your unicorn? It's a beautiful unicorn. Yeah, look. Good job, mama. You did such a beautiful job. You an artist. You a big old artist. Yeah, no, I know Ariel is. I didn't realize that was a masculine name. Is there more that you know about Ariel? Because I really, I keep waking up, so I know it's a David. I know Ariel. Ariel is a lion, a guy, so it's a lion. The man that God has for me is a lion. He's not a lamb. So when men say to me, "Oh, you got to be quieter," the man God got for me is a lion. You don't care about, like, girl, bye. Sam, just be cute. Just be Yeah, God, the man God for me ain't worried about me being this. Me being this is perfect for him. Because he's probably, I would assume if I'm like this, he's probably quiet. That I feel like that's how it works. It's a compliment. Like he might be the quiet version of me. He might be internally like he got all these opinions, but he don't speak. Me, I got all these opinions. I don't be quiet. I share all my opinions. He don't share his. So it's got to be a match. Like it's not gonna be. It's probably he's just got a dominant energy. He got a dominant energy, and I'm a talker, and so he's gonna be. It's gonna be a match. That's how it always happens. Yeah. Lion. Yeah, I've seen a lot of lion. I've seen a lot of lions. I've woken up at a lot of lions. And I think that so I believe that's just what I know. He's a lion. I know he's got lions are not loud. Lions are quiet. They sleep a lot. But when it's time, when it's the appointed time, the lion just be watching. Y'all been to South? I've been to South Africa, family. Lions just be sitting there. They be chilling. Lionesses are the ones that do the hunting. Okay, but when it's time for that lion to defend his pride, oh, he up. He said, "Oh, it's go time, beloved." Lions be male lions just be. They're gonna roar when they need to roar. They're not just out here roaring every day. They might roar once a week. Okay, lionesses is the ones that be out here. See, I'm a lioness. That's why I need a lion. I'm a lion. I'm out here just hunting. He chilling. But when it's the appointed time for him to become a lion, he becomes a lion. Lions let the lionesses hunt. They don't stop them from hunting. They're not intimidated by them hunting. But when it's time for him to do what he need to do, he gonna do it. Cause he a lion. And Mr. Lion ain't gonna stop being a lion for nobody. Okay? He not afraid of that. He like, oh, I like my lion. I like my lioness being a lionesses. I like that. I like how you be out here just being a lioness and hunting. I like that. I like you in your purpose. I like a man should want a woman in purpose anyway. You don't want no woman that's not walking in purpose or not walking in alignment or not in her God-given divine calling. You do not want that. You want a woman that you could say she's this or she's that. I was listening to a song by this guy and he was saying she's a wifey because she got her degree. But the only qualification that made the woman a wifey in the song was the fact that she had her degree. He ain't say nothing else. And a lot of men, that's how they define wife, because she went to school, she got a degree. What else? Is she nurturing? Is she calm? Is she yes, I got my degree, but that did not make me a wife. I got multiple degrees. Did that make me a wife? No. I got multiple degrees and a license. Does that make me a wife? No. That just makes me educated. That just makes me qualified for a job. That doesn't make me qualified to be a wife. A lot of men say, "Oh, you're beautiful. You got a degree. You work somewhere." That means I do believe walking in purpose it should be something Rapunzel. Wow, mama. Wow. That's definitely Rapunzel, big mama. I love it. Can you make Princess Jasmine? Mommy likes to be Princess Jasmine. Okay, so anyway. But yeah, so but yeah, no, what I'm saying is a man, you should want a woman who's in her calling, right? And her purpose, but that's not all. Like just because she have a degree don't mean she a wife. Just because she have a career don't make her a wife. Yeah, my girl got to do like guys love that. Let me tell you something. Some guy, nah, she not, man, she She an engineer. She went to school to be an engineer. No. She went to school to be a lawyer. She's supposed to be a lawyer. Yep. Oh no. You know what she I'm trying to think. She a fashion designer. Y'all know that? Yeah. She a real estate agent. She like the top in she the top in Atlanta. My girl top in Atlanta. Like men love that. Men love that. But again, that because I think a lot of women we're focusing more on physical. We're not prepared. We're not having a career. We're not having other things. It doesn't just because somebody's got degrees or they're good in their career, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a wife. It requires different skill sets, you know. You want a woman who, yeah, she got a career. You do want a woman in purpose, and you want a woman that you're attracted to. She don't have to be the baddest thing in the world, but you're attracted to. And then I believe a woman of God is very important. Woman of God, attractive, and she's in her purpose. She's walking in her purpose. You don't want just somebody that's just waiting, unless that's what you want, waiting at home, just like, hey, are you back? Like, hey, are you coming home yet? You're not? Okay. You're coming back in like 30 minutes? You don't want that. Hey! You want a woman that's got her own thing going on. Or if she can have, you want that. Because if you're in purpose, you're not intimidated by somebody else having purpose. Isn't that funny? Are you on your way? Oh, you're not done yet? Oh, it's another meeting. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll call you back in 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes later. Hey, are you on your way home? Yay! Oh my gosh, I've been waiting all day for you to get home. It's like a puppy. I mean, hey, listen. Some people want a puppy. Whatever. But if I was in a man's shoe, I would want a woman who got her own thing going on. Not to the degree that it goes before the relationship, but that she has a purpose. She's in purpose. And you know the difference. Who was that? That person's Jasmine?
Yeah.
What's that?
Diamonds.
Oh, that's diamonds. So she got diamonds as a bra? Oh wow, this might be too much for the people. She got diamonds for the bra. Whoa. Risque. Anyway, y'all. Let me thank everybody that gave. My phone died in the middle of my live, so I apologize for that. But let me say, when I can make it my favorite time of the week, Sam's live show. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you, sir. Fresh Vision said nobody should put hands on nobody, no matter what. 100% Fresh Vision TV. That's so true. Tommy said, "Don't worry about them. Your tribe will find you, rock with you, whatever the case is." Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. You're always supporting me. I appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am. I read this earlier, but thank you, Joshua. I appreciate you. I see YouTube user Sam, I'm late, but I'm here. I thought you were going to start at 8. You know, Josh, today was one of them days. I'm not on YouTube, Joshua. YouTube user, I'm sorry. I just started going, and I've been going ever since. I really need to rest. Spoil Soraya, thank you so much. Thank you. And Tommy, thank you so much. Again, thank you for your support, your love. Thank you for everybody that gave today, gave on the Cash App. Thank you guys so much. I wanted to make sure I did a live show. Wasn't planning on doing a live show this week, but I appreciate y'all. We need more Q&As. Did y'all have fun? I'm glad. I love who you are becoming. Keep walking heavy. So I was learning from you. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God has in store for those who love him. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you. All right, loves. I love y'all. I will be back next week. Stay tuned. We do have a I still haven't posted for today on my Instagram. I gotta do that. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. My YouTube, I have a YouTube. I have a podcast that's coming out on Friday. Audio version will be available on Thursday. Full version will be available on Friday. And then I will be posting content throughout the week. You know, till Friday. Of course, y'all already know I take off on the weekends. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.